Hey guys, so I want to go into a little bit of my history about repair and where I came from in terms of how I got to my current point in life. And it's simple. Repair has been part of my life for as long as I remember. And if you hear things, that's going to be my cat Bowser. He's a very talkative cat. So again, just be warned if you start hearing cries, that's just what he does because he wants to be pet all the time. He is a Bowser, uh, just like the character. So he wants love and he will fight to get it. Anyway, I said in my past videos how I grew up essentially breaking down different things, all sorts of electronics in my household, from the desktops that we had to the game consoles. I was taking things apart all the time. I was just so curious about everything. Electronics just blew my mind of how they worked. I wanted to know how they operated. And I just started getting tools from family and friends and started taking things apart that I could. Certain Nintendo consoles, I had to order special uh, screwdrivers and all that. I'm sure many of you know that. But I wanted to figure out how these things operated. And that was my first taste of repair because oftentimes I take these things apart, I had to reassemble them and make sure they work. It just grew because when with the family computers, I started upgrading those. Just going online, reading magazines, remember those, of learning how to just do simple things. So it started with a GPU upgrade, RAM upgrades, CPU upgrades, all sorts of things that I started doing. And it just fueled a passion in me to want to learn more of how things worked and thus learn how to repair them. So that was me as a kid, just destroying things and putting them back together as best as I could. In high school, I got my A plus certifications and I opened up my own small business because most people didn't want to give a person, even with just normal A plus certifications, a job. So I started off a small business just working on and repairing computers for local businesses, friends, families, anybody who wanted their computer to be repaired. Software, hardware, didn't matter. I did that. Throughout those years, I continued that business, but this core clientele that I earned, many of which are still with me today. Times were tough for a small independent repair brand. When an instance with a car that I owned, I was updating it or had some other people upgrading it, they did a poor job. I wasted a lot of money on this car. And it made me angry, just like how I didn't understand how when I was younger how computers worked and consoles worked and other electronics worked. It made me angry that I didn't understand what they did and did not do. While times were lean with me with my computer business, I ended up getting a job at a automotive parts store. And that introduced me to cars galore. I always had a thing for cars. Gran Turismo, I still say to this day, taught me how to drive a car. I every day I get into a car, manual, automatic, I drive it like I'm on the roads of a track in Gran Turismo. But anyway, I got into automotive because I wanted to know what I missed because I didn't know anything from an alternator to a tie rod in. I didn't know any of that stuff. So I got a part-time job at an automotive place and I just started learning. And I remember my first interview with my first boss. She basically asked me, she goes, "You have this computer business and all that other stuff. Like, are you truly interested in automotive or are you just getting this to get a paycheck?" Truthfully, I was there to get a paycheck, but I was also interested in knowing more about cars. I told her a little white lie, half truth, that yeah, I'm here just to learn more about automotive. and that my computer business is just secondary, which was basically true. Anyway, throughout the years working at this retail automotive chain, I learned an immense amount about cars. It became my second love after PC repair, break fix of devices. It made me fall in love with automotive and just the parallels between computers and cars, because cars are essentially computers and what you can do with them. I fell in love with automotive repair, and it just took. I stayed in the industry for, well, repaired my own, again, computer business aside with the automotive retail. I stayed in the business for about maybe 15 years. I got forced out. No, I didn't get forced out, but no, I kind of got the push that I needed from my last boss. I ended up being like a store manager for another automotive retail chain, and he was just a dick. You know that, Oscar. You are. Instead of me wanting to physically hurt this person to a certain extent, it pushed me to go, you know what, I'm going to go back to break fix on my own or with another business or entity, some type of organization. When I was starting to look for another place to work, or IT, 3D printing really hit me hard during that time. Even when I was younger, just understanding the 3D printing, the concepts of it intrigued the hell out of me, like I said in multiple videos. But I truly got into 3D printing over the last, 6 or 7 years, maybe a little bit more later than that. Like I really got into like hardcore 3D printing in the last 6 to 7 years. I initially, also because of my background in overclocking, I wanted to get a CNC machine and a 3D printer so I can make cases and water blocks. And throughout all this stuff, repair has been at the heart of it. From fixing consoles to fixing cars to fixing 3D printers, upgrading cars, upgrading 3D printers, upgrading computers. My life has been nothing but repair. And that's why I've been such a huge proponent of repair. Even before I got online, I was talking to friends and family who really did not care. They did not care. As long as something worked for them, they didn't care if you could upgrade it or repair it if it broke. Sometimes they would just buy a new one. That's ingrained in me. And I think this comes back from when I was a child, seeing my grandfather, no formal education about repair, just fixing things around their house, fixing a sink, fixing a refrigerator. Me seeing this as a child going, how is this man doing all of this without any formal education? Guess it's just in my DNA. That's how I am around my own house. I'm going to fix things. I rather fix it myself. And that's what, again, the right to repair is all about, is even if you don't know truly how something works, if there are guides out there or if there are ways of figuring it out, you should be able to. And if you're not comfortable, you can send it to the company who makes the product. But that's how I grew up. Just repair, just doing things on my own, figuring things out on my own, getting some education. But I remember being a kid online and having people calling me a script kiddie. That made me so angry. So I went into the books and started learning how to program and hack people and all that other stuff. I did some devious things. I'm not going to get into all that. When I was told no, or that I couldn't do something by friends, family, or like, they all knew I was extremely intelligent, pretty much always this introvert for my entire life. They thought not that I didn't have the willpower to learn all this stuff, it's that I was trying to learn too much at the same time. Again, automotive repair, computer repair, now 3D printers repair and TV repair. I used to be the person, everyone, I'm sure if you're watching this video, you're your family's tech. And that's how I was. But I was the tech for not just my family, but for parts of my community, my extended family. At the time, my girlfriend or girlfriends, their family learned that I could fix computers and all that other stuff, or I can build computers. I was everyone's tech guy. Someone had a question about something we were going to buy. I'll get random texts from people saying, "Hey, I'm looking for at this computer. Is this a good buy?" Or I want to build this, this, and this. Do you think this is good? From all that, I said it's. I have been in repair for, I guess, say I'm 7 or 8 years old. I love being able to fix things on my own. I love being able to solve everyone else's problems if they have a electronic issue. And this is why I fight. But now and going forward, I want people to understand that it's not about whether a product is repairable per se or not. Let me rephrase it. It's not about whether you should repair a product. It's that you have the option to do so yourself. And a lot of these products are they're planned to be obsolete, and they do that. This obsolescence that they plan on doing has to stop. There are products that I still consoles that I have from my youth that still work today. My Dreamcast, my PlayStation 2, 3, well, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1, those things were so easy to fix that it doesn't make sense that newer hardware, newer televisions, newer printers, all of it's being locked down because conveniences, they're easy to learn. I know, see, he knows he doesn't like conveniences either. You trade conveniences for your rights. He doesn't like that either. How I grew up is how I wish the newer generation can grow up, and being able to learn how to repair things, learn to explore electronics, and just be curious about it all. Again, I went from computers to automotive to 3D printing to repairing and break fixing. And my current job, that's what I do. Is, again, I said that in my past video, I break fix everything at my place. Chromebooks, laptops, desktops, interactive displays, everything. And a lot of it's just me looking at a product, me not having any true specs on it, and just trying to figure out how to fix it. Sometimes taking it apart and just looking at the main board. You get that type of information by just having experience and just repairing. And my fear is that the newer generations, since products are so locked down, they're not going to be able to gain that experience. And that's my issue. But anyway, guys, I know this video is long. I just wanted to give you guys a little bit more about my history in repair and why I'm fighting for open source. And that's going to be another video I'm going to make about open source. I relate to it in multiple ways. Tell me what you guys think. How do you guys grow up in repair? Why is it important to you? Talk down in the comments below. Let me know what you think. Anyway, guys, like and subscribe. I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.